When most people think about Portugal, one city instantly comes to mind: Lisbon. Pastel buildings, yellow trams climbing steep streets, custard tarts fresh from the oven. And yes, Lisbon is incredible. But here's the thing travelers discover after they arrive. Portugal isn't a weekend destination. It's a country that quietly convinces you to stay longer. Because beyond Lisbon lies medieval towns frozen in time, wine valleys carved by rivers older than history, islands born from volcanoes, and coastlines where surfers chase some of the biggest waves on Earth. So today, we're traveling across Portugal to discover why visitors keep extending their trips, sometimes forever. Let's go. 1. Lisbon. The perfect start. Lisbon is often the gateway. And honestly, it earns that reputation. Built across 7 hills overlooking the Atlantic, the city mixes centuries of history with creative modern energy. Walk through Alfama and you'll hear fado music drifting from balconies. Songs shaped by sailors waiting for loved ones to return from sea voyages. Because Portugal was once the center of the world's greatest exploration era. In the 1400s, explorers sponsored by Prince Henry the Navigator launched expeditions that mapped unknown oceans. Later, sailors like Vasco da Gama opened sea routes to India, changing global trade forever. You can still see that legacy at monuments like Belém Tower and the nearby Jerónimos Monastery, masterpieces built during Portugal's golden age of discovery. Fun fact: Portugal's famous pastel de nata custard tart was first created by monks trying to use leftover egg yolks. Travel hack: skip restaurants right beside major squares. Walk 2 streets away and prices drop almost in half. But here's the truth most travelers realize quickly: Lisbon is just the introduction. 2. Sintra. Fairy tales are real. Only 40 minutes away lies what might be Europe's most magical escape. Welcome to Sintra. Hidden in forested mountains, this town feels like stepping inside a fantasy novel. Colorful towers rise through fog at Peña Palace, a 19th-century royal retreat mixing Gothic, Moorish, and Renaissance styles. Writers and poets once described Sintra as paradise on earth. Lord Byron famously called it a glorious Eden. Travel hack: arrive before 9 a.m. By midday, crowds can triple, especially during summer. And don't just visit one palace. Walk the forest trails. Half the magic here happens between destinations. 3. Porto. Where time slows down. Head north and the energy changes. In Porto, life moves slower. Colorful houses tumble toward the river. Laundry hangs between balconies. Church bells echo across narrow alleys. This city gave the world port wine, aged in riverside cellars for centuries. Cross the bridge at sunset and you'll understand why photographers never leave. Fun fact: Portugal's name actually comes from Porto's ancient Roman name, Portus Cale. Nearby lies one of Europe's greatest landscapes, the Douro Valley. Terraced vineyards curve along steep hillsides like green staircases carved by giants. Some wineries here are over 300 years old. Travel hack: take the slow regional train instead of driving. It hugs the river and might be the most scenic ride in the country. 4. Coimbra. The student city. Halfway between Lisbon and Porto sits one of Portugal's most underrated stops, Coimbra. For centuries, this was the nation's capital. Today, it's home to the legendary University of Coimbra, one of Europe's oldest universities. Students still wear traditional black capes, inspiring rumors that it influenced wizard robes in Harry Potter. Inside the university library are thousands of ancient books protected by bats. Yes, real bats. They eat insects at night, helping preserve manuscripts. Travel hack: visit at sunset when students perform fado music unique to Coimbra, quieter and more emotional than Lisbon's version. 5. The Alentejo. Portugal's secret heart. If Tuscany and Andalusia had a peaceful cousin, this would be it. The Alentejo region stretches across rolling plains dotted with cork trees and vineyards. At its center is Evora. Roman temples stand beside medieval walls. Whitewashed houses glow under golden sunlight. Fun fact: Portugal produces more cork than anywhere else on Earth. Used not just for wine but flooring and fashion. Travel hack: rent a car here. Public transport exists, But slow exploration is the real reward. Stay overnight. When day trippers leave, silence takes over. 6. The Algarve. More than beaches. Most travelers head south for sunshine. The Algarve is famous for dramatic golden cliffs and turquoise water. But beyond resort towns lie hidden fishing villages and empty coves. Kayak into sea caves, watch dolphins offshore, or simply sit at a seaside cafe eating grilled sardines. Travel hack. Visit in May or October. Same weather. Half the crowds. Half the price. 7. Nazar. Where giant waves live. On Portugal's central coast sits a small town that shocked the surfing world. Nazar. Underwater geography creates waves taller than buildings. Some reach over 80 feet. Professional surfers travel from around the globe chasing records here. Even if you don't surf, watching from the lighthouse cliffs during winter storms feels unreal. 8. Medieval magic. Portugal preserves history differently. Instead of museums, entire towns remain intact. Walk through abidos, surrounded by stone walls you can still walk along. Sip cherry liqueur served in chocolate cups. Sleep inside castles converted into hotels. Travel hack. Many small towns host festivals celebrating nights, wine harvests, or medieval markets. Check local calendars. You might accidentally step into history. 9. The islands most people miss. Then there are the islands. Far into the Atlantic lies Madeira, nicknamed the Island of Eternal Spring. Cliffs plunge into the ocean. Hiking paths follow irrigation channels carved centuries ago. And farther west sit the Azores. Volcanic lakes. Hot springs. Whale watching. Some travelers compare them to Iceland, but greener, warmer, and far less crowded. Travel hack. Flights from mainland Portugal are often cheaper midweek. Use them as a second trip within your trip. Portugal surprises people. Not because it tries to impress you loudly, but because everywhere you go feels personal. A cafe owner remembers your name. A stranger helps you find a hidden viewpoint. A small town suddenly becomes your favorite memory. You arrive planning 5 days. Then extend to 10. Then start wondering what living here might feel like. Because Portugal isn't just Lisbon. It's castles in the mist. Wine valleys under golden sunsets. Ocean cliffs shaped by centuries of wind. And stories waiting just beyond the next train ride. If you enjoyed this journey, hit subscribe for more deep dive travel stories around the world. And tell me in the comments, which part of Portugal would you visit first? Until next time, safe travels.